So you built a new home and you think it's perfect and you don't think you need to spend the money on a home inspection. Well, I'm going to talk about home inspections. I'm going to take you through a home inspection kind of briefly and let you see what we found in one of my clients' homes, and we're getting started right now. My name is Eli Magids and I'm a real estate advisor here in Charlotte, North Carolina, specializing in luxury homes and new home construction, but more importantly, I'm your realtor with heart. I'm not trying to sell you a house. I'm here to help you find a home and a lifestyle that you and your family are gonna love. Now, buying a house is a huge purchase, probably the largest purchase of our lives. And it is so important to find somebody who you like and somebody who you trust. If you think that you and I are a good fit, I would love to help you get to the next best part of your life. My contact information is down below. Now, I put out videos every single week about the best of Charlotte, the surrounding areas of South Carolina, and everything that's going on in the real estate market. And I don't want you to miss any of those videos, so please go down to the red subscribe button, hit that red button, hit the bell, and you'll be notified of my new videos every single week. And please stay tuned to the very end where I'm going to give you a free online guide. This guide's going to tell you everything about Charlotte and the surrounding areas, neighborhoods, schools. Stay tuned to the very end. You'll get that for free. So a home inspection, is it essential? My opinion, it is. Whether it's a new home, whether it's a pre-existing home, it is so important to get it inspected because you never know what you're going to find. Like we found on one of my clients' homes that we did an inspection on just recently. Let's go and take a look at some of the inspection and what we found. I'm here this morning with Aaron from Home Inspection Carolina. There he is over there. He'll be the star of the show today, but he's going to talk about what he's looking for and what's important to look at, even with new construction. Now, when you typically go through these, do you typically find stuff?
I mean, no house is perfect. You know, most of the time, especially having a pre-drywall inspection, that cuts out a lot of potential issues. No house has ever been perfect, either new, old, in between, doesn't matter. So we always find something. Hopefully it's nothing out of the ordinary or major. And mostly on new homes, it is kind of smaller, nitpicky, punch list kind of items. Just letting them, just letting the builder know what needs to be finished up.
Oh yeah, it's coming from that regulator.
So we detected a smell of gas. I heard it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's coming from the regulator connection right here. I'm gonna have to cut this gas off. So that's why you get your home inspected. So yeah, but all in all, it's gas leak at the regulator. Very common for new gas lines, and common. I find it a lot. This is personally, I find it a lot in colder weather. Everything tends to shrink and can actually create openings in the gas lines and stuff. So that's not a really scientific explanation. That's just personal experience. It's quite chilly this morning. Yeah, we noticed it outside before we even came inside, and Eli said it's strong in the garage, and we could actually hear it at the regulator right here. So I went ahead and cut the gas off. We'll notify the builder just so they can get out here and get that fixed. So, yeah, but good. I'm glad we got that.
So we've shut off the gas. We opened up the garage. We contacted the builder. Now Aaron is taking off the electrical panel. Make sure everything looks good. So what are you looking for here?
I'm basically looking for make sure everything's put in right. Make sure we don't have any double taps and all the neutrals and grounds are where they're supposed to be and isolated, and wire gauge sizes and pretty much everything that can be wrong that I'm looking for. But it's a new panel. It looks nice and clean, nice and tidy. It looks good. We do test arc fault breakers and GFCIs. These are arc faults, and the green ones are GFCIs. And basically they are a fire safety protection for the home. And if you have these in your home, it's a good idea just to test these every now and then just to make sure they work, because they do tend to go out every now and then.
So we have a broiler not working. Now, what are you looking for up there?
Well, I'm looking mostly at your truss system. I'm looking at insulation, making sure we don't have any warped or busted or any kind of truss issues. Natural defects are common. Just depends on the quality of the wood and the material that they're using. And I'm looking at H-clips and making sure they got the clips between their roof sheathing and ventilation. And we're also looking for like bathroom ventilation and dryer ventilation running through. There's no utility, there's no appliances up here or utilities. So basically this is not an area for storage. This is a truss system, so you're not going to be able to store much up here. You're not supposed to. This is strictly a structural area. Making sure, and also making sure the insulation has been put where it's supposed to be put. Yeah, they don't have their low voltage connected yet. The gas is off to it too. Still got to have their collar put in, all that, so they still got some work to do on the AC system. HVAC, so they haven't had their final inspection on that either. Everything inside's wired up, just they don't have their low voltage going to their thermostat yet.
So Aaron is done with our inspection. We went through the house. What did you find?
So fairly typical for a new house, but like I said, we always find stuff. So there's always something going on. The main thing in the house, of course, is gas leak at the regulator. That needs to be tightened up. So of course we don't have any safety issues with that. Going around the exterior of the home, the siding and the trim look pretty good. We do have some loose fascia up at the front of the house. Pretty typical, that just needs to be secured and sealed so we don't get any water entry behind that fascia. The roof itself looks good. We do have a couple areas of the flashing on the front and the rear back here that are lifted at the corners. We also have some exposed nails at those flashings that need to be sealed. You just can't have exposed nail heads on the roof just because they do tend to leak. Other than that, the roof looks pretty good. The exterior and grounds, the drainage, everything looks to be proper. Everything's falling away from the foundation like it's supposed to be. But other than that, it looks good. The attic itself also looks good. I did the pre-drywall, so nothing has really changed since I was here for the structural. I will note the attic hatch does not seal properly. It doesn't really fit the opening properly. So that is an area where you get a lot of heat loss and air loss. So I recommend that needs to be repaired or adjusted so we just kind of reduce the heat leaving the house. The interior of the house, doors and windows look pretty good. Of course, we do have a broken window in this downstairs bedroom. Fairly obvious to find. Other than that, the other windows in the house are functioning, working, doing what they're supposed to do. The fireplace did not light or ignite when I tested it. That happens a lot when they're new or haven't been used. Sometimes there's some oxygen gets in those gas lines, and sometimes they need to be bled for a while before they actually ignite. So we'll get the builder to get that looked at and ignited. The furnace is not completely, the HVAC system, they don't have everything wired up yet. The low voltage to the thermostats are not wired up yet. Also, the collar for the flue up in the utility closet, it's not installed yet, and so just a little bit of finishing left there for the HVAC. So we can't test the furnace today. We couldn't really test the AC today anyways because of the temperature. Anything under about 50, 55 degrees, it's hard to get a good reading out of an AC system. So I am highly limited on the HVAC system. I'm also highly limited on the water heater today. If the water heater is of course unplugged and we have a gas leak, so that will be unable to test that today as well. The bathrooms, I am getting an active leak at a tank connection. It's not a tank connection. It's a plumbing supply for a toilet in the hallway bathroom upstairs. So that have to be fixed. So of course it doesn't continue to leak and cause damage. A little chip in the shower surround, small stuff that looks like they're on top of. They have some replacement material up there already. Couple light bulbs missing here and there. They just have to stick in some light bulbs. Other than that, the house looks pretty good. There may be a few other nitpicky stuff, some cosmetic stuff, some gouges in the walls, some minor stuff like that, but we consider that cosmetic. So not really here for the cosmetics. I'm more here for the utilities and making sure everything works.
And what is your recommendation typically when somebody moves into a new home?
So like I tell everyone, everything has to get comfortable, as we say. So just, of course, when you move into a new home, obtaining all your warranties are very important. Structural warranties on foundation, warranties on appliances. Make sure that's all transferred over to you as a new homeowner. Just so if something does go wrong, you have the warranty for your appliances. Sometimes that's overlooked. Most builders forget about that though. Also, like I said, everything has a break-in period. So you want to monitor under your sinks, all your plumbing line connections, under your dishwasher, your appliances and stuff like that. Just because, the first year of a home's life, everything is starting to get comfortable. And I tell people if something does go wrong or break, typically it happens in that break-in period. And it's just a good idea to be vigilant for the first year or so. And of course, with the warranties and stuff, you want to have that. You can have a list of what happens, and of course you just go back to the builder, and do that. But yeah, all in all, fairly typical inspection for a new construction. Nothing really out of the ordinary. I find this stuff a lot on new construction. So there's some things that are obvious when you come in, like of course you came in today, we smelled gas. So that's fairly obvious. So we did trace it down and knew where it was coming from, which is a good thing. But like the small leak behind that toilet, that was a very, very small, slow leak, and the only reason I noticed is I actually touch all the fittings and make sure there's no leaks at those fittings behind the toilet, and then it came out. My fingers were wet. So things like that, those very small drips that can cause damage over time, are sometimes hard to catch. But yeah, but I do recommend new homes be inspected. Yeah,
okay,
definitely do.
Perfect.
New, used. 100 years old.
Yeah.
All homes.
I would think so.
Yeah, all homes should have an inspection.
So as you see, you can find some funky stuff on even a new home construction inspection. So that's why it's worth maybe the $500 to spend on an inspector so they can find the little things before they become the big things after you move in. Are you looking for a luxury home in the Charlotte, North Carolina area or in the South Carolina area? Are you looking for a new home? Well, remember, it's so important to find somebody who you like and somebody who you trust. If you think that we are a good fit, I would love to hear from you. My contact information is down below. For that free guide that I told you about, please go down to the description below. There's a link there for free school guide, free community guide. Click on that link, get that guide for free. It's invaluable information. In a couple of seconds, some related videos are going to be popping up. Check those out. I have a whole YouTube channel full of videos on Charlotte and the surrounding areas. Go and take a look at that as well. I welcome you to Charlotte, its suburbs, and the surrounding areas of South Carolina. It's a great place to live. I thank you so much for watching, and until we see each other again next time.